for the record, oh, where's my line gone? There it is. So for the record, I am beginning to get hungry. There's only so many potatoes the girl can eat before she starts to crave the protein. So, oh, sorry about that. I have tried deadfalls, I've tried snares, I've even been practicing my knife throwing skills because I've got to get some meat. And, I'm feeling really weak and I keep getting headaches, so enough of this vegetarian diet and tins. The only kind of meat I eat at the moment comes out of a tin, and that's what the Salvation Army gave me. It turns out that they're not going to give me any more food parcels. They will, but I've got to give it quite a while. They won't give any specification on how long that quite a while is. So I'm afraid it's trapping and gathering. So I've got to master getting these squirrels, and I tell you what, they are super clever, super clever. You have no idea how clever they can be until you start trying to trap them. They can work it out. They've got all of my bait. I mean, these squirrels are feasting on me at the moment. Every time they get the bait and the trap is still set. Oh, yesterday actually, last night, one of them went off. The trap had gone off. I didn't hear it go off. It was only when I went to go and check on them that I see it had. And where the noose would have hung from the tree, from the branch that I had bowed over, it had been chewed through. So it got caught, it had hung there long enough to chew its way out and bugger off. It did make sure it took all the bait with it. And then another one that I had set, which stayed set for quite a while, I checked on it last night before I went to bed, all the nuts and everything was still there, so I thought, well, it's clearly giving it a bit of a fright, so maybe that one will still be there in the morning. Well, guess what, I checked it this morning, it was still set, no nuts. When I touched the pad that I put the nuts on, it was like a pad that I put a trigger pad on, because they will lean forward and touch the floor when they go to pick up their nuts, see, so I was trying to be smart. So I'd checked the pressure pad for the trigger, boom, it was so sensitive, I don't know how it done it. So I've decided that we need to trap it in a hole or a box. Well, what am I saying we for? Me. I need to trap it in a hole or a box or something. So as it happened, I had a grill that I used for my fire pit. I fashioned it, we've just seen, and dug the little hole, and I put the nuts in there. Now this hole is just about big enough for the squirrels to get in and still have enough room to turn around. So as soon as it gets in there, I'm going to tug on the string, obviously, drop it, and then because this is going to have trouble getting through the bars, if they're crisscross bars, see, they're not just straight bars. So this is going to have a bit of trouble getting through, and I don't want to be doing it slowly because that will put this squirrel through unnecessary stress. I'm not into cruelty to animals, so what I've done instead is I've made a spear. I've hardened the end, and I'm just going to stab it with that. It's not nice, I know, but hey, you know, these chickens that people are eating out of Tesco's that are wrapped in cellophane, well, any other big major supermarket, well, all the supermarkets really, and you know, that chicken's not had a good life, and 9 times out of 10 they're thrown out to the waste and they're not eaten. So, you know, what I'm saying is this is actually the reason I can feel good about, or not good, that's the wrong word to use, I never feel good about killing an animal, but I can come to terms with it on the fact that at least, I mean, this, first of all, I've been feeding the bloody thing for the last month. you know, I mean, since I lost my job, I was working 1 day a week using a care of address, but I can't do that anymore for reasons that I don't really want to get into, but unavoidable reasons. I can't do that anymore, and I had to relinquish the care of address. So I'm back to just trying to do it on my own. At the moment, I'm quite lucky where I'm going back and forth from, well, I have been going back and forth getting food parcels, and also I do get a small amount of money each month because what was left of my money I've divided. Well, I gave it all to my mum, and it's all been divided into £30 payments I'm going to receive each week. Now, those £30 payments are only going to last up until the 5th of September. It's currently, bear with me, I think it's Friday the, where am I at now? I'm in March, that's for sure. It's hard to keep track of the days of the week when you live like this. Right, I do keep a journal though. So it's Friday the, what was Wednesday the 20th? Friday the 22nd? Yeah. Friday the 22nd of March. Sorry, I'm not sure where I'm looking. It's Friday the 22nd of March at the moment then, so I've got quite a while, but when it runs out, it runs out. So in between that time, I really need to get a handle on, first of all, giving up smoking. I need to get a handle on, oh, I think I've just seen a squirrel. It could be a bird actually. It's on the other side of the tree, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, so I've got to get a handle on the living situation. I don't want to starve to death. Maybe I could figure other things out, I don't know. But right now things ain't looking too hopeful. I was advised by Salvation Army that I should go into town and join the rest of the homeless down in South End town. Not an option for me. I'm not an alcoholic, I'm not a drug addict. I've got mental health issues, there's no doubt about that. I have some problems where I can't function normally in normal day-to-day life without becoming, I don't know, it's like I get this manic depressive phase come over me, and I have these really horrible thoughts about hurting myself and, you know, just ending it all. And funny, because when I'm out here, I don't think like that at all. Even when I'm hungry, I still don't think like that. So this is the best option for me. Anyway, fingers crossed on the trap. If it works, I shall update. I better go because I've got to save battery life. Everything's about preservation here. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.